Hey guys, happy Friday. We made it. Yay. So, welcome. Or welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Maria. I had VSG, the sleeve, weight loss surgery on January 23rd, 2024 with Dr. Benetti at Northern Dutchess Hospital in Rhinebeck, New York. And I am on this, a few days ago on Tuesday was my 3-month post-op anniversary, I guess we'll call it. So yeah, we've got some non-weight related stuff to chat about today. But for those of you who are interested, my highest weight was 307.4. My starting weight was 297, and this week I weighed in at 246.7. So we've lost just a smidge over 50 pounds. Huzzah. So I had my 3-month follow-up appointment, and there's my timer letting me know I can drink my water because I ate not that long ago. Because we are trying to get our protein and water in. So, on my visit on Monday for my 3-month follow-up, I had blood work done, which is expected at 3 months. So, I took a look at the results, which is one of the nice things about having electronic medical records and access to like a patient portal type of thing. I love that I can actually like just pull this up and I'm not like waiting on a phone call or constantly calling the doctor's office like, hey, what's going on with my blood work and everything. And my PCP is in the same medical conglomerate that Northern Dutchess. It's Nuvance. They're all over the Hudson Valley. Anyway, so I like that she has access to it as well. So everything looks good. The majority of my ranges are normal. My red blood cell count and what is essentially your red blood cell count percentage are both high. And that, based on Google, I have only Googled. I have not talked to any of my doctors about this. Based on my Google, it could be I'm just a little dehydrated, which since I've been struggling the last little bit getting my water and protein in, that makes sense. So we are trying to, refocus all of our energies on that. I didn't think it would be this hard suddenly, like 3 months out, that I'm failing at being at these two big things, but I am. Whatever. One of my vitamins they tested was my vitamin D. And a normal range is 20 ng/ml per 50, or 250. So it's a 20 to 50, whatever this unit is, range. Mine is 92. So I am almost double. Now, I am on a vitamin D supplement, just OTC, based on my initial lab work when I first saw my surgeon, because he's like, hey, your vitamin D's low. Let's jank that up. Which my initial visit with him was February 2022. No, wait. Yeah, I had surgery 1/23/24. My first visit was February 2023. And I live in New York, so darkness for those months. Not a lot of sun, and I am a terrible houseplant introvert, and I don't get outside as much as I really should. I'm a withering houseplant in that regards. So, I've been on that regimen for like a year. Anyway, I'm expecting a phone call from him saying, hey, you can stop that now, or like reduce it, because I'm on 10,000. Yeah. I'm not going to put this bag up because it's got like my prescription, like with my info on it. But yeah, 10,000 IU is what I'm on. So yeah, that is what it is. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm expecting a phone call from him. And if I don't hear anything by Monday, I will just send a message through the patient portal. Just be like, hey, I noticed this. How concerned should we be? Because it is, if it was just like a skosh high, like my red blood cell count and stuff, like, for example, the high end of the red blood cell count is 5.20 whatever. Mine's 5.27, you know, so it's only a skosh. My percentage, the high end is 46.0 and I'm at 46.2. So it's just a skosh high. So it's not like meh. But this vitamin D is very high. So, if I don't hear from him Monday, I'm going to send a message. He does surgery on Tuesday. So, I'm sure Teresa, the nurse practitioner, or Dr. Benetti will get back to someone in the practice will get back to me probably by Wednesday. I'm not expecting any answers on Tuesday because that is his surgery day. I think it's Tuesdays and Thursdays. So yeah, I had surgery on Tuesday. That's how I know it's that day. So anyway, I digress. Yeah, so we are doing really good with our vitamin levels. So I am happy to see that. They took a look at like my thyroid, and things like that. My, so I will mention this in the next section. We are going to talk about non-scale victories and non-scale weirdness. I'm just going to write this down so I don't forget. Okay. And then we can just close this out because we don't need ya, little laptop. I would have done like a screen record with the little app, but your girl is not bothering with that right now. So, non-scale victories. Let me know what your non-scale victories are. I don't care how long into your weight loss journey you are, even if it's not bariatric surgery and you are doing a different weight loss method, whether it's drugs or calorie counting, Weight Watchers, whatever it is. What are your non-scale victories? Let's fucking celebrate this shit. So the first non-scale victory I had was immediately after surgery, and my resting heart rate dropped like almost 10 points. It was in the high 70s, low 80s before surgery. And that's just based on my Withings watch, because my sleep quality is something I try to track, which is why I bought a fancy thing, because I wanted just a watch. And this is the only one that looks like a watch. Anyway, I digress. So now it is low 70s. Usually like 70, sometimes dipping into the high 60s. So it dropped like 10 points, like immediately. So love that for me. It's great. What else? This is going to be a little long of a video, guys. I'm sorry. Grab something to drink, grab a snack. Take your little bites, your little sips. Don't chew, all that good stuff. But considering we're almost 9 minutes in, we gotta, Maria, shut up and get going. Okay, so next non-scale victory was I essentially had a bladder reset. So before surgery, I was drinking my 64 ounces of water minimum a day, easy peasy lemon squeezy, absolutely no issues. But I was peeing constantly, and not like a lot at a time, but it was just like, oh, I have to go. And so I would, be an adult and go to the bathroom. But it was, if you hear any noises, my cat's on the stove investigating a pan because she thinks she's a fierce, ferocious hunter. And she's not. Anyway. Excuse me. So I was peeing all the time. Now I'm not. I am, even when I get my 64 ounces in, or even more than that in liquid, I am not peeing nearly as often. So it's almost like my bladder had a reset. I didn't have like any official diagnosis like overactive bladder or anything, but I was like, this is annoying. Like waking up in the middle of the night to pee It was annoying. No, it wasn't diabetes or anything. That's always been fine. Yada, yada, yada. But all of that has stopped. And I'm like, cool. Cool. I love this for me. This is great. I have like 6 hours back in my day because I'm not peeing as often. Which it's funny because before I had my daughter, and she was a vaginal birth, and I feel like that is important to what I'm about to say. Before I had my kid, I would get UTIs like regularly. It didn't matter what I did. I would get them. There were even certain sex positions that would cause a UTI. That, like, ridiculous. Like, I don't know the science behind how that happened, because it wasn't there, for lack of a better term, there wasn't like any cross-contamination. It was just, hey, like, your leg's up or something. Like, it was ridiculous. So, but I had her, all that went away. So I don't know. I don't know the science behind it. Like, yes, I'm going to school for nutrition science, but that is not the science that I know. So, I digress. Anyway, okay, so resting heart rate dropped. Our bladder essentially reset. I can now comfortably wrap my legs around my husband during sex. It's great. I haven't been able to do that in a very long time. And, like, I didn't get crampy or anything. In fact, he cramped up first. So, haha, I win. Not that it's a competition, but it's just funny. It is funny because my husband, in 2021, we were, I want to say 2021, right? Yeah, I think. Yeah. We were separated for a little bit, and he dropped like 75 pounds, like instantly. I was so fucking pissed at him. I was like, why do boys lose weight easier? Or the majority of men lose weight easier. Like, oh my God, I was so fucking pissed. Anyway, so that when I say like, haha, I win, it's because like, there's always been like this, it's not really a contest, but it's like, hey, he lost all this weight and now I'm going to lose all this weight and blah, blah. Anyway, relationships. What can I say? All right. So there's that. I have, and you may have seen this in some of my videos, I have a Sailor Moon shirt. I think it came from Kohl's. Anyway, it is long enough to be like a short dress now from the weight I've lost. And it's a double XL. None of my other double XLs are doing that. Just that shirt. I've had it for a while. It may be stretched out. I don't care. It's still a non-scale victory. I now have a new sleeping shirt. I fell in the tub on Sunday. And I didn't get dizzy or anything, but I was just stepping out of the tub. The little grippy mat slipped like it's not supposed to. And I fell. I'm fine. I didn't get hurt at all. It hurt like very minimally. Like I just bumped into something on my butt. The next day, nothing. So I lucked out. I know that when statistically looking at bathtub falls. But as I'm falling and like my arms are going up, my legs are like up and over and coming in, so I like cocoon as you do when you fall. But my brain went, this would hurt. Like I would get hurt if I was fat right now. And because my brain is like, hey, you've lost 50 pounds, you're thin. Even though we know full well that I am 250 pounds and still a big girl, my brain is like, you go, you skinny bitch. Like my brain, my skinny girl brain is just like, I am here, I have arrived. So we're putting that in the non-scale victory, partly because I didn't get hurt. So for my watch, it has to be about here for like the heart rate stuff and everything. I don't always, like when I'm sleeping, I move it up here to give this part of my arm a rest and everything. But anyway, here, when I place it here, I'm actually down a notch. So it used to be on the second notch, now it's on the third notch. So yay! I haven't done this in a while. Let's see. Oh look, we have some overlap with our fingers. Yes! So we're losing inches in our wrist that I don't measure. Like I don't like actively measure my wrist when I take my measurements. So that's, but still. Yay! We have finger crossover. And then at my visit on Monday, my blood pressure was amazing. I've never had issues with my blood pressure, amazingly, but this was 118/62. And that seems like really good. Like that bottom number, yeah, that's good. Okay. Now, we're going to move on to non-scale weirdness, because these things have to be said. They just have to be. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that quick little pause. So non-scale weirdness. The first thing. And this was a few weeks ago. Maybe like a month ago, something. Anyway, it was a minute ago, comparatively. My legs jiggle. And not like your fat jiggle. It is a loose jiggle. Like when I'm sitting on the couch or in a chair and I have like shorts on and I'm just like bouncing my knee like you do when you're like nervous, bored, whatever. And it's just jiggly, like a loose jiggle. It's not a full jiggle. So that's weird. And so like that whole area, when you feel it, not like you're going to, but when I feel it, it feels squishier. So it's squishy. And I feel like Dory with her jellyfish friend, squishy. And so, yeah. So there's that. A similar occurrence is happening with my apron belly. It has lost a lot of life. So now, if I lift it, or when I lift it up, because one of the things you should do when you have rolls or overlaps in your body, whether you're losing weight or not, is to check for sores and rashes, because they can happen. So I've definitely been more watchful of that since I've started losing weight, because there is more of an overhang now. So when I do that and I'm looking under my belly for any signs of irritation or anything, when I let go and my apron belly hits me, which it never used to really do because it was just filled with fat, there is an audible thwop. My stomach thwops now. And that is weird. Very, very weird. And this last one. Oh boy. Oh boy. If you didn't like me talking about sex before in this video, you just like, comment, subscribe, pause, and move on. Because this is gonna get... Okay, if you're still here, you know you were warned. The fupa. If you don't know what it is, do a quick Google. But anyway, it is not an apron belly. That is not what it is. But it is where your, pubic hair mound thing. That is what that is. That is. And when it is fat, it's called a fupa. That is also a little squishy, but it seems more pronounced now. Like, it is more glaringly obvious that I have a fupa now. It was not always that obvious. Like, it was always like, oh, okay, there's, yeah, she's fat, blah, 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 but everything looks proportionate, blah, blah, blah. It was okay. Now it's like, what's going on? What's that? Did you, inject it with something? Is that why it's so big? What? Like, oh my God. And I know, in theory, because every body is different, and we all lose weight differently, and yada, yada, yada. I know, in theory, there's going to come a point where it is more jiggly, there's more loose. And skin and everything, and it's gonna be a deflated mess of some sort. So we know this. We know that that is coming, although nothing is ever gonna really prepare me for this when it actually happens. Let's be fair, like, see all the pictures in the world of everyone like, oh, here's my loose stomach skin and my arm skin, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, great. No one's showing their fupa, okay? That is why you can't be prepared. So that is my current, yeah, like I always figured like, oh, if I have a lot of excess weight, I'll look into plastics of some sort, depending on how everything shakes out. Do I win the lottery? Can I afford this? That kind of stuff. So it's always, you know, that's always, we're going to see what happens. And my brain was always trained on like your arms, your stomach, maybe your legs. No. Now I need a fupa lift. And I know it's called Mon something, but it's a fupa lift. That is, right now, that is my top priority when I stabilize my weight. So, yeah. Yeah. So, fupas for the win. And, oh, my hair is a disaster. It is what it is. It's Friday. We don't care. So that is what I have for you. We have our vitamin levels. We have our non-scale victories. We have our non-scale weirdness. So, if you've made it this far in the video, leave me a little heart icon down below for our amazing resting heart rate and amazing blood pressure. Again, comment. Let me know what your non-scale victories are. If you're open to it, let me know what your non-scale weirdness is too, because I would love to talk about those. Other than that, guys, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Okay? Bye. Have a great weekend.